Now we'll start exercise first B. The first question is color to show the fraction. Here are some fractions given and some figures given. We have to shed the figure. We have to color the figure according to the fraction given here. Okay, so the first fraction is 1 by 2. 1 by 2, we call it half. We call it half. Half means we have to color half of the shape. So we'll color these both bars. See, what's a fraction? Fraction is the total equal parts of a whole. Fraction are called the equal parts of a whole. In this, the fraction 1 by 3, it is denoting 1 is the numerator, 3 is the denominator. That means the total number of parts in the figure are 3, and we have to color one part. We have to color one part out of the given parts. Total parts are 3 and we have to color only one. 3 parts, 1, 2 and 3 will color its one part. Any one you can color. I'm going to color this part. Next is 3 by 4. 4 is the denominator. Means there are total 4 parts and we have to color any 3 parts. I'm going to color these 3 parts. Next fraction is 1 by 2. Again 1 by 2 means half. Means this figure is divided into 2 parts. First part is the topmost part. We'll divide it likewise. It is the first part. And this one is the second part. And the numerator is 1. That means we have to color any one of these parts. I'm going to color this part for you. Now the last fraction is 1 by 3. 1 by 3, 3 is the denominator. Denominator means the total parts. This part is divided into 3 parts. We'll divide this part in 3 parts. First is we're gonna distribute. First part is, and this is the second part. This is the second part, and this is the third part. This is the third part. Each part contains 2 equal parts. So we have to color one part. So I'm going to color this part for you. Next question is write T if the fraction is shaded correctly. If not, write false. We have to write true if the color shaded in the figure is correct according to the fraction, and if it is not, we have to write F. That means false. First fraction is 3 by 7. 7 is the denominator, means there should be 7 equal parts. We should count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, there are a total of 7 parts, and the numerator is 3. That means 3 parts should be shaded. Yes, 3 parts are shaded. That means the fraction is correct. The figure is shaded according to the fraction. So we'll write it T here. Next is 2 by 3. 2 by 3, that means there should be a total of 3 parts. First part is this, second part, and this is the third part. Yes, these fractions are equal. Yes, the fraction is correct. They have colored 2 parts. A total of 6 blocks are there. They have colored 4 parts. It's true. Next is 1 by 4. That means 4 should be the total parts, and we have to color any one, but they have colored 2 parts. So for that reason it is false. Next is D. 1 by 4. There has to be 4 parts. Yes, 4 parts. This figure is divided into 4 parts. First part, second part, third part, and 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And every part contains 4 sub parts. We have to color any one part. 4 they have colored, so it is true. So we'll write true here. The next question is question number 3. We'll have to write T for true and F for false. Okay, So first question is, the part of a line between 2 points is called a line segment. Yes, it is true. The part of line between 2 points is called a line segment. It is true. A line segment consists of 2 points, a starting point and an ending point. So if we join these 2 points, it becomes a line segment. So it is true. The part of a line between 2 points is called a line segment. The opposite sides of a rectangle are equal. Yes, we are reading it from the previous classes. We know it already. The opposite sides of rectangle are equal. So we'll write it true here. The circle has only one side. It is false. The circle doesn't have any side. It has a curved line. It has a curved side only. So it is false. All the edges of a cube are equal. Yes, one example is given. A figure is drawn here. A cube. All the edges of a cube are equal. Yes, all the edges of a cube are equal. The shape of a cube is similar to the square, and in the square all the sides, all the faces, all the sides, all the sides are equal. All the edges, so in that way all the edges of a cube are equal. So it is true. A cuboid has 6 faces. Yes, we know a cuboid has given here. It has 6 faces. We'll count it. The first face is the front face, which is the first place. The back face, the second face. Third, the sidewise 4. Topmost is 5 and the bottommost is 6. Yes, it has got 6 faces. The cuboid has 6 faces, or a cuboid has 6 surfaces, we can say. Yes, it is true. The cuboid has 6 faces. A cylinder has 2 curved faces and 1 flat face. The figure of a cuboid is drawn here. They are saying a cylinder has 2 curved faces. No, a cylinder has 2 flat faces. The top face and the bottom face are the flat faces, and the middle face, the center face, is the curved face. So it will be the opposite. The cylinder, it should be, a cylinder has 1 curved face and 2 flat faces. So it is false. It is false. A cylinder has 1 curved face and 2 flat faces. A brick is a cuboid. A brick is a cuboid. Yes, a brick. In Hindi we call it eat. That we use for that the mason use for making the houses. A brick is a cuboid. Eat is a cuboid. Yes, its shape is cuboid. It is true. A marble is a cone. No, a marble is in cuboid shape. It probably it is in cuboid shape, so it is false. A marble is not a cone. Next question is, write the time. In the previous classes we all have studied to see the time with the help of a watch. The time has given, we'll write it. The time is 9:10. Every number has a duration of 5 minutes. When we cross every number, we complete 5 minutes. So we'll start from 1. 1 has 5 minutes completed in it, and the hour hand is on the 2. That means it has completed 10 minutes. So the time is 9:10. Next number is 3:45. Next number is 3:45. The next time the clock is showing 8:15. The next clock is showing the time 8:15. Next clock, it is showing 2:25. It is showing 2:25. The last clock, which is showing 10:50. Next question number 5 is fill in. Its first question is 50 paise. We have to convert these 50 paise into rupees. Okay, so in India the unit of money is the rupees. Rupees is used to buy all the things. We have 10 rupee note, we have 20 rupee note, 50 rupee note, 100 rupee note, 200, 500 and 2000. These all notes that we use as our currency. And the coins, we have 1 rupee coin, 2 rupee coin, 10 rupee coin, and the 5 rupee coin, which are in trend in today's scenario. Okay, so we use the short form RE for rupees and P for paise. This is a sign. This sign is used for rupee. It is also used for rupee. 1 rupee, we can write it in this way, rupee 1, or in this way too, this sign with 1 rupee. 15 rupees will can be written as rupees R is 15, or with the sign 15. 50 paise can be written as 50p. We'll separate the money. We'll separate the money which is in rupee unit and the money which is in the paise unit with a point. The money which is in the rupee unit is written at the right to the point, and the money which is in the paise unit is written at the left of the point. So in that way we can solve the question. They have asked to convert 50 paise into rupee. As we all know, the money which is in the paise unit is written at the left side of the point, so we can write it rupees 0.50. As 50 is in paise, it should be written at the left to the point, and we don't have any money in rupee unit, so we'll write 0 in that place. In the next question, question number B, rupees 25 and 50 paise, this together has to be converted into paise. So we can convert it as to change rupees and paise to paise, we should write the number together without the point. Or if we are converting the rupees and paise together into paise, so we should write it without the point. We can write it 2550 paise. In that way we should convert the money into paise. Next question is question number C, 4200 paise into rupees. We have to convert the paise into rupees. For that we can place a point after 2 digits from the right. Counting from the right number, we put the point after the 2 digits. That means 42.00. Starting from the right, we put a point after the 2 digits. The same way, 9,875 paise, we have to convert it into rupees. We'll put a point starting from the right after 2 digits. 98.75.